Hi and welcome to the vlog. So we're now leaving Bath. This time we're going west out onto the River Avon through Bath city centre and on the 22 miles down to Bristol. We had an early 7 AM start to coincide with reaching the controlled section of the river at Severn Rock just before you get to Bristol Floating Harbour, when the levels there will be equal. So here we are heading down through the Widcombe flight of 5 logs, starting from our mooring overlooking the Abbey in the city centre, just passing Narrowboat Candlelight, which is owned by Steve and his wife Tracy, who we met on the Kennet Haven. And Steve had very kindly offered to help us lock through the Widcombe flight in this early morning start. So although there's no through passage upstream from here, we actually turn right upstream out of the canal onto the River Avon just to take a look at Pulteney Weir and Pulteney Bridge from the water. These are features, iconic features of the waterways, and we just had to tick them off our list of things to do while we're on our travels. We then spun back downstream past the Kennet Haven Canal entrance and on under the many bridges that cross the River Avon through Bath city centre. There's a clearly marked junction taking us off the main river through Western Lock Cut. This is the last cut before heading out past Bath Marina and out of the city centre. From here, the urban sprawl gives way to meandering river, lots of trees, leafy areas, rural landscape, and it's very, very picturesque. And then we go on down through Sulphur Village, passing the moorings at Mead Lane, and then arriving at Salford Lock. So we went down through this lock, then we stopped at the service point shortly afterwards, just to fill up with water and to empty our toilet cassettes. One of my least favourite jobs. From here we went on down through Keynsham Lock and Keynsham, where there's a bend in the river where once stood the old Fry's chocolate factory. I used to love Fry's chocolate creams as a kid, and curly willies, which are also made here. The main factory is now gone. I think its production's moved abroad, but the building is still there. It's a beautiful brick-built Victorian building. It's now a retirement village, but you can imagine what it used to be like. I think it's great when they keep these old factories and repurpose them rather than demolish them for new developments. From there it's on to Hanham Lock, so it can be tidal here on high spring tides, even though it's 6.5 miles from Bristol. But today it's all good, and we can cruise on a further 4 miles to Nevern Lock. So the lock gates at Nevern were open for us as planned at 2 PM, and we cruised straight down through to Bristol. Going through Bristol Harbour brought back some memories for us. We've spent many a happy time in Bristol Harbour, previously at the Caravan Club site near the SS Great Britain, but travelling to Bristol by boat just seems so much more relaxing than when we used to arrive on a Friday afternoon with a car and caravan or a motorhome stuck in all the rush hour traffic coming under the Clifton Suspension Bridge. So yeah, it just seems so much different. So this is the SS Great Britain. It's a passenger steamship which was advanced for a time at 322 feet. She was the longest passenger ship in the world from 1845 to 1854. She was designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel for the Great Western Steamship Company for their transatlantic service between Bristol and New York. She was the first to combine a steel hull construction with a steel propeller, and she was also the first iron cruiser to cross the Atlantic, which she did in 1845 in a time of 14 days. She had 4 decks, accommodation for a crew of 120 plus 360 passengers. In 1970, after being abandoned for 33 years, she was raised and repaired enough for her to be shipped back across the North Atlantic back to the United Kingdom and returned to the dry dock where she was built 127 years earlier. So that concludes this vlog. Our next vlog will be us heading out from Bristol, going down to Portishead and eventually turning northeast, going up through the Severn estuary under the M4, up the tidal Severn, all the way to Sharpness in the big expanse of the open water. Now, I think it's fair to say that I'm both a little bit scared and apprehensive about that one. Thanks for watching.